I have with me today Daquan Boyce, the president of BASA, that is the Barbados Student Association of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you so much for joining me here today, Daquan.
Hi, thank you.
Just tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Daquan, as said, and I'm president of the Barbados Student Association for this academic year. I'm a second year industrial engineering student at the St. Augustine campus in Trinidad.
Okay, Daquan. So at this point, you're back in Barbados now, but I want to ask you to give me a recount of what it would have been like while you were in Trinidad and Tobago and getting out of Trinidad and Tobago before this entire pandemic would have really gone to a head.
Yeah. So currently I live on campus at one of the 5 halls, Canada Hall. So basically what happened in Trinidad was the St. Augustine campus, as soon as they received notice of cases or incidents of the coronavirus, the Prime Minister, he then announced that all schools will be closed for 1 week. So during this week, a few Barbadian students took the time to take it upon themselves to decide, well, they will go home for a short period of time. However, I think that was announced on the Friday. By the Monday, then it was then announced that school will be closed for a month. So at this point in time, Barbadian students, most of us, we would have packed our stuff as advised by the halls that we live on, and packed up for like as if it was summer, and booked our flights and go home. Caribbean Airlines, they offered a special package. We had the student price for tickets. Also, they also gave us a 25% discount that we were able to use so that we could travel from Trinidad back to Barbados.
And in terms of, so you guys were able to get out before the borders were closed for the most part?
Yes, yes.
And what about those students, those Barbadian students who have remained on campus? Have you guys been in contact with them, and how are they doing?
Yeah, so currently there are about 4 students that are members of BASAP who are still on campus. The situation right now is that all remaining students, all regional and international students, they are now staying on one hall, and so that it provides a more control, so that administration can have a more systematic and control way of dealing with persons going in and out and that sort of stuff. So currently, I heard from them just last week, and they just updated me about the situation. So they are being allowed to stay on the hall, and the hall is organizing like frequent shopping trips for groceries and what's not, and that sort of stuff.
Okay, so you would say in a good sense that they are still living fairly happy, or given the circumstances.
Yeah, given the circumstances, yeah, it seems that the university is helping them as best as they can.
And we would have known that UE would have rolled out their online platform for students to continue learning. I would have spoken to the students in Jamaica, and they would have identified internet being an issue, or even the frequent dropping out of classes. How has that transition been for you students at the St. Augustine campus?
Well, St. Augustine, they transitioned a lot faster. For instance, the week that they closed, and the closure was on a Friday, I believe. On the Monday, the following week, they had already had the facilities in place to facilitate online classes. However, yeah, internet is an issue, and it has been brought for that. That is a problem. I think they did a poll or something like that, and it showed that about 40% of students have problems with internet and Wi-Fi connections at home and that sort of stuff. Also, in relation to that, I know for some persons would have mentioned to me that just the home environment could be a little challenging for learning. So at this point in time, I know the university is just trying their best, but that's the challenge that we face at this point in time.
And even what you mentioned just now has turned into a national debate here in Barbados as well, too, where we're seeing school would have been delayed again, and that was one of the concerns being raised. So as a university student, I guess it also plays a big role, given the fact that we're supposed to be more mature, to be able to focus better at home. So even in that, it presents a challenge as well. As it relates to the um, the Bajans who are back home now? Have you been in contact with them as well too, to see how they've been transitioning to life back home?
Yeah, I have been in contact with them, especially since we had our recent election, because the time for a new committee is soon in reaching. So I would have been in contact with them, and as I said, they face similar challenges with internet. You know, depending on the different package or program that they have, and the different demands that certain courses would call for. For instance, some persons have to do labs, and those things cause for, you know, in order to change from a in-house lab, they might have to go and get new equipment or software to facilitate, you know, the simulation of these labs, and that has posed a challenge for a few of our members. However, this is a challenge for all university students, especially University of West Indies. So they're just trying their best. I know lecturers are being lenient for the most part to, you know, help, because really and truly it's not much that we could do or they could do. So they're just trying to be lenient, you know, and facilitate as best as they can. Yeah.
There have been several petitions that I've seen from the Cave Hill campus and even from the Mona campus about a petition to have 100% coursework allocated for this semester and cancel examinations. Has your association given any thought to that, or what would be your position on that?
So far, currently, I have not seen any petition of the sort going around as it relates to the St. Augustine campus. Um, that my position on the 100% finals would be, hmm, it would be difficult, and it would be hard as it relates to the particular faculties, because I know every department will have a different structure, a different, you know. I know for my in my instance, um, in terms of the university going forward, a decision for 100% finals or any decision as it relates to, you know, how they will conduct examinations is actually left up to the accreditation board. So I guess every faculty will be different. So we'll have to wait and see how the university decides to, you know, handle that situation.
And finally, generally, are you satisfied with how the university has handled the situation given the circumstances as it relates to housing for your Barbadian students in Trinidad, as well as even the transition to online learning and even examinations going forward?
So far as it relates to the housing, um, I find that they were very accommodating for those students who were not able to come at home or chose to stay. So as a result, that I'm pleased with what has occurred. In terms of school and transitioning, in all honesty, the university is really trying to be lenient and, you know, taking into consideration different situations of students. One thing that they did do to allow persons to, you know, get better advantage, as it is to finals, is push back the dates of finals. Um, as it is for St. Augustine, our examination period would have begun from about around the end of April, around the 1st of May, that sort of time. However, they have pushed back the examination period to the 25th of May. So this will allow persons to get a better time to adjust to what has happened and, you know, prepare at home and give them more time. Also, we were also able to get extensions on all our projects and, you know, anything that we have due. So as it relates to education wise, I believe the university is trying their best. And so far, most students are able to quote somehow, um, as